And we should be live. Not yet. There we go. It's watched 11 people.
Cool.
All right, guys. Live. How you doing tonight? Brian from Arrowhead Garage. Louis joined. Oh,
hello.
I'm picking up echo. I can hear you, Louis.
Okay.
I'm just asking everyone if they can hear us okay. I was picking up a slight delay.
It sounded like you was coming in and out at times.
Eric says, yes, you can. Well, crapola.
Talk to me.
Talk to you a little bit. Can you hear the background or anything?
No, so far you sound clear.
Okay. Good. Bob and Eric and sweet. I may have to let's see. How do I mute this? Bill O'Brien, how you doing, buddy?
Okay.
All right, guys. We're gonna get things rolling here. Oh, my echo's pretty bad. Let me see here. Guys, we're doing a different setup tonight, so help us out a little bit if you can. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, Louis?
I could hear you.
Okay. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, crap. All right, let's see what we're going to do. All right, Greg is here from Michigan. Tessa Speed Shop is here.
What's up?
That's going to annoy the hell out of me. All right, guys. Louis, what'd you do this week?
Well, this week I finished the trunk gap that I had on the deck lid. The worst one being the driver's side. I had to weld a rod and cap it, like I said, to fill it, which is very funny because I posted a post on Facebook on First Gen Firebird page. And you know, you have some people that don't think out the box, or I don't know if they ever did this kind of work. I don't know. But they was like, oh, why you didn't do this and why you didn't do that? So when I explained myself why I did it, then it was like, oh, I didn't think that far. And that what usually happens. And I always say in my video, you should have at least 5 steps planned before you do anything, especially with work like this. And the reason I did that repair, very long story short, is because God forbid something happens to the owner's deck lid and he want to order a new one, he could just bolt it on, put it on the car, and forget about it. But if I would have welded the rod to the deck lid, it would never fit. You get what I'm saying? A new one would never fit.
Yep.
So I fixed that. That was the worst gap on the left-hand side, driver's side. And today I started the passenger side, which is coming out good. Look who's there now. Superman just came.
Hey.
Yeah. Sorry I was late, you know. One of those things, you know, like you guys all know Bandit from Smokey and the Bandit. You know, he says that there's only one reason he takes off his hat. That's not why I'm late, though. But it'd be a whole lot cooler if it was. But Dog had an improv. Dog has some
shirt inside out.
Well, yes. It's not. Oh, I My daughter had an improv thing at school, and I didn't want to miss it. She's quite the character. I'm not sure where she gets it from. So,
Of course.
yeah. So, but I'm here.
Continue on, Louis.
So I started the passenger side today, and I did split the quarter panel and just pushed it over some. I welded everything shut. Tomorrow I'll probably start grinding down the wells. And there was a couple of plug wells missing in certain areas that needs to be there. But I'll tell you the truth, as of now, Ladybird really is turning around, being a car that now I could see the light in the tunnel, like we say, you know. And I have a little bit of metal work to do, and after that I'm gonna be doing assembly work and putting her back together.
Right on. Jonathan, what have you been up to this week?
A whole lot of nothing. I was hoping to get out here and tinker a little bit, but I just didn't have time. Busy at work and taking care of life and making headway on the new property. The contractor says all the repairs are made and doing the final inspections, and hopefully they pass. And then next week we'll sign on the dotted line, and then moving all this chaos at some point. But that's how that goes.
Fun times, huh?
Oh yeah. Never a dull moment.
Childbirthing, buying a house, and buying a classic car.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Those
all
three.
very painful.
Yes. So I just want to touch on things since I'm here in Arizona and Barrett Jackson was last weekend.
Nice.
This car right here, the 68 Firebird.
Nice.
130,000.
What?
Look at this thing.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Let's go back to the beginning. Where's the beginning? Anyways, it's supposed to have a Butler 505 motor in it.
Well, I mean, that's a nice engine, but wow, 100,000.
And I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of that spoiler. Does anybody else like or dislike that spoiler?
Well, you can open a can of worms with that one.
I have one on my 69 Firebird.
It's missing its jack.
It also has Camaro interior in it.
The hinges are black. Shouldn't they be the same color?
Typically, they're body color. Yes.
Yep.
All right, 130 grand, guys.
I need to rethink the pricing of my cars.
Right.
That's right.
So these are Camaro seats.
Oh yeah, that's not Firebird upholstery.
No.
Wow.
I guess it depends. They're definitely not going original. It was just kind of a resto mod.
Yep.
What about those gauges? Well, obviously those 3 gauges are aftermarket.
Yep.
Correct.
And the middle, I don't know if it's a clock. I can't see it that
It
good.
looks like a clock that's got the little button on it to set the time. So.
Bottom.
Okay. If it is, it's not correct for 68.
Wait.
Yep.
It's this picture here shows no AC, but didn't I see an AC?
Yes, it did. It did. Yeah, it has a 67 clock in it.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw with AC.
Yeah, there was an AC in there, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a
Did
clock.
they have the center dash vent on the top? I guess I was looking at something else.
Maybe I thought we saw one.
I did see one.
Okay, maybe. Well, we've been looking at a lot of cars, guys.
Yeah.
John says John needs to tackle or take his cars to the auctions.
I like the money, but I miss the cars.
Well, you gotta remember, there's also fees for the auction. So when you see a car go past at 100 grand, the owner doesn't get 100 grand. He's probably getting what, 80?
Well, that's the thing about it. The auction takes a chunk of it too.
Yeah.
And then you got buyer fees, seller fees. So yeah.
So that's
Funny
different.
how that works.
Funny. Let's see what this thing. Let's go back here. Oh, Pontiac search. There it goes. Oh, it sold for 110,000.
Yeah. All right.
A 69 Firebird 400 sold for 82.5.
Wow. I got one. I got a 1969 Firebird 400 4-speed, even with carousel red. Horrible condition. I'll sell for $3,000.
3,000.
Yeah. There's a video on the channel if you want to see how not nice it is.
So there's also a 68 for 29.7.
Huh.
Let's see what this one came up with. Let's see. How do we photos? Oh, it's got the hood tack. I like that.
Yeah.
It's got the
That's
rear
a spoiler again.
That's a 68. I think is it the same car?
No, different car.
No, different car.
Ah.
It's got Mickey Thompson valve covers.
Valve covers. Yeah. And then the fire starter fuel filter.
Yep. And that's an automatic.
It has the clock again.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Huh.
I hate those plastic. Oh.
Yep.
Me
fire
too.
starter fuel filter.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah. Ooh. No.
Oh, he's got the extra gauges right here. Close up on that. Now those seats look about right for me.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
original
Yep.
style upholstery.
Yep. Yep. All right, so that one there went for 29,000.
Yeah. Now that's the thing about it. That's kind of closer to the market. Probably I thought would be normal. But that depends on how it was restored, how long ago it was done, how much body fillers in it. And that's the thing. It's kind of hard to tell when it's all shiny and pretty. But that's not a bad price though.
Here's a 77 Firebird, 106.
Wow.
Man, a 70 GTO, 82.5. What in the world is this thing?
That's the Donkey Mobile.
68 grand or 88 grand. Holy moly.
Oh yeah, it is the monkey mobile.
Yeah.
Wow.
You couldn't give me that car for free. I wouldn't take it.
If you guys would buy this car, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Let me know if you'd buy it or if you wouldn't buy it. Tell me what you think.
Well, I wouldn't buy it, but I'd definitely take it. Hey, Mr. Cunningham donated you some money.
What? Thank you, David
Yeah.
Cunningham. Appreciate you.
Wow, thanks. So,
Look at that thing. All right, so let's move along here. Let's go back. 69 Firebird Custom, 330,000. Get the flip out of here.
Yeah, I want to say something. I guess it just depends about the audience, who's there that day, what they looking for. Cause believe it or not, I seen Trans Am 69 Trans Am that is clones go for a lot of money. I mean 75,000, 80,000, close to 100,000. I seen it.
All right, so let's look at this real quick. Oh wow, it's been very highly customized.
Nope, I don't like it. Nope.
hey,
No.
that's what it is. You got the twin turbo going. That's what makes it go.
Nope.
It's probably mostly show, not go.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, obviously a lot of time and a lot of energy expense. But
Absolutely, and somebody paid for that. Someone's
Yeah.
paid 330 grand.
yeah, not it. So
Wow. Was that a roll bar?
Yep.
yeah,
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. What steering wheel is that even from?
well, that looks like a 5th gen Camaro stuff.
Oh,
The dash
man.
and the steering wheel. I don't know.
Okay, I like the speaker in the middle. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's cool looking headrest. Okay, all right. I don't know. Way too much for me. I'm getting sick to my stomach.
Yeah, too much for me. So.
All right, let's see. 67 GTO for 176. Wow.
I like seeing some of those numbers. That's more than I think I would pay for the stuff. But
65 Le Mans, 132.
huh.
Let's see. 69 GTO Judge Ram Air 3, 58.
58. Wow, that's horrible.
It is.
I need that to bring more money.
So VHP 454 says, just found this channel. I've been building a Pontiac engines for over 40 years. We also do Oldsmobile and Buick and Chevy motors. Right on.
Cool.
Gunner says, too many people want modern car with retro style. Yeah, I get that. Totally.
Yeah.
John Kilborn says, are these asking prices? No, John. These are what they sold for at Barrett-Jackson this year. So somebody ponied up all that money. Trying to look for some more first-gen Firebirds.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. I guess, looking at those cars, of course, you would hope someone would inspect those before they bought them, but it's kind of hard. And it's like even buying your first classic car or like restoration project. I mean, it's like a lot of do's and don'ts.
And I've been to Barrett-Jackson probably 4 or 5 times over the years, and I remember cars pulling up onto the stage and dripping fluid, either gas or something, and they get up there, they do their pictures, and then off they go. So these cars are not like perfect.
Right.
1988 custom Fiero GT. That's not even looking like a Fiero. Sold for 26 grand. Okay, 68 Firebird, 42.9.
Yeah, Louis' car.
Yeah, that's the Lovebird right there. Yep.
Oh, custom center. A column shift.
Yeah, it's a column shift. Yep.
Was that rare or was that normal?
They had them out there.
They were? Okay.
Yeah. The cool factor was for you to have your shifter on the floor, though.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, convert it or do something cool like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Not too bad. Looks pretty good.
I have a column just like that.
Do you?
Yeah, with the deluxe steering wheel also. Is in the bird cage.
How many cars do you have in there, Louis?
I have 5 right now.
So David Cunningham says, how do you guys recommend buying on Marketplace and not getting taken when they're too far to drive and check out for yourself? All right.
Never pay for a car before you look at it. Ever, ever, ever.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe a deposit, small deposit, but never pay the full amount. And then if it's a far drive, you got to determine how much you don't like the car or want it or how bad. But I would definitely suggest putting your eyes or someone you trust eyes and hands on a car. That for 2 reasons. 1, verify the car is real so you don't get taken. And then 2, what is the condition? Is it really, truly as stated? Because a lot of people have their opinions on what's good and bad. Because some people's car are ready for paint, and my opinion, ready for paint, are probably not the same.
Truth. I agree. So this is Facebook Marketplace in Phoenix, Arizona.
Where's the rust at?
There's no rust.
The interior must be burned away, though.
That is true.
It's on the inside, but the metal's beautiful.
Me and John will be bored with cars like that.
Let's see if we can find any Firebirds. I got a 79 Firebird, 74 Firebird, Bonneville.
Hey, Greg Berlin said he'd love to have the Monkey Mobile.
I will ship it to you if I buy it. All right, here's a 68 for 75 grand.
Hey, but if it has a brand new battery, you buy it anyway. That's all he was saying. So.
Oh, this is the one that has the Butler 505, Louis.
Ah, so that's the AC car, maybe.
The AC car we were looking at earlier. Aftermarket, year one wheels. Howard Russell, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on.
Yep.
Spoiler in the front, not original, not
Zoom into that front bumper, Brian. Zoom into the front bumper.
I don't know if it'll let me zoom in. No, it won't.
No, do we have a better picture? I think it's missing the arrow. It's supposed to be a 400 car.
It's on there, but it's pretty cracked up.
Let's see.
It's on there, but it's cracked up pretty good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 400 car.
Okay.
But I didn't see a hood scoop for the 400.
Yeah, I saw it, but I don't remember the arrow on the bumper in the front bumper.
I see it now. I see the scoops now. Missing the arrow on the bumper. Well, okay. Drive line. It's got headers. Oh, yep. And it has the tubular A-arms.
Yep.
That means it rides like a log wagon. I know.
Yeah, there's our factory AC, Louis, right there.
There you go. There, that's it. That was the car.
Yep. And no boot for the shifter there.
That's actually an automatic console.
Yep, that is an automatic console. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Roll bar. Nice roll bar.
Dukes of Hazzard style.
We have the deluxe Home Depot pipe insulator.
Well, your hands don't freeze when you get in and out. It's got the
electrical tape. $75,000 for this.
No way.
Good luck.
Man.
If he gets it, more power to him. But
yeah, well, exactly. John says 100,000 at Barrett Jackson. Easy 100,000. Easy 100,000.
Easy.
All right, so we got that. All right. Not too many Firebirds in Arizona right now.
Well, they just aren't selling them because they know they're good cars.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not getting rid of that. There's a Camaro.
Right, where do you want to go to next?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on what we want to get into. You want to get into the topic of do's and don'ts when buying. You don't have to deal with rust in Arizona, but you deal with roached interior. So, I mean, it's a little bit different for region here in the Rust Belt. Well, what are you buying, you know? I guess if you're looking to buy your first car, I mean, what's the first thing you should do when looking at them? I guess for me, I'll take a flashlight and these little magnets. I'll tell you what, these little magnets come in Rock Auto. These are like the best little rust checkers. They don't scratch the beautiful primer they may have laid on it, but it really should stick to the car from front to back to any part that's metal. If it doesn't, you got a lot of body filler. So if you got one that says ready for paint, definitely take one of these with you. They're cheap and it's a really accurate, give you a gauge of the body filler, maybe definitely less than a quarter inch. That's kind of excessive still, but the magnet should stick to the entire body. But this kind of gives you a clue what's hiding underneath that paint on the cheap and easy.
And that's just one of those cheap refrigerator magnets, right?
Oh yeah, because you get those from Rock Auto. When you order parts, they throw these in your box. I have all over my door over there. I collect them. But this is what I'll do. You got a car that's got a pretty paint job on it. This is a quick, easy way to tell what's hiding underneath that. Now there are some schmucks that I've heard take like your brake lathe, all the filings from the rotors.
Yeah,
I heard that too. And you would mix it in with the body filler, and then these would sort of stick. Now I haven't seen that for a while, but
seriously,
I've been told that happens. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, when you're grinding down your wells, they sweep everything up and mix it in the body filler, and there you go. It becomes the magnet will stick because it's metal.
Oh yeah. There's some creative things you see out there that people try to slide in there and sneak one by on you. But that's why I don't want to discourage anyone from buying a car, but if you've never bought an old car or you don't have a lot of experience, it's worth paying or asking myself, or even Louis. I used to look at a lot of cars for people, happy to prevent you from saving or a lot of money or buying someone else's nightmare.
True.
Just yeah, just because it says ready for paint or all metal work is done, like Louis' car, he's putting back together. The guy missed probably 30, 40% of the welds, left pieces off of it,
Right.
and sold it for top dollar to this guy.
Yeah, this guy was a snake, man. He's a terrible person in my book. He sold them a project that don't no way never it was ready to be done or anything. Okay, it wasn't welded the right way. He did some hack work here and there, and then he stole some parts from this car to make money, more money selling them.
Yep.
You know, so at the end of the day, number one on the list tonight should be that if you're not educated enough to know what you're looking at, pay somebody, because at the end you're gonna save a lot of money.
It's worth it. I mean, take someone you trust. Or
Yep. And this car, I mean, a guy like me and Jonathan could just look at it, right, and see the problems because it didn't have paint. You know, it's pretty much bare bones, right? But I have another buddy of mine that he bought a shiny pig. You know, it looked beautiful. That's what I call them. I call them pigs with lipstick on. and you know, the car has a beautiful paint job, and I think within 3 years the car just started blistering up.
Right.
Okay, and I mean, I fixed 2 fenders of that car, and the Bondo, you know, body filler. You know, Bondo got a bad name, but it's just a name brand out there. But let's body filler. I mean, dude, it was like inches thick, inches.
It happens. It happens, and that's,
you know, I remember I took a scraper and a hammer and started chipping it away. It was nuts.
Yep, I don't doubt it. Yep. That's what you don't want to buy. That's the thing. Because some people think, but here's the thing about it though. Some people think that's how it's done, and that to me, way too much body filler. So.
Yeah. Oh, I got a good one for you guys. Me and Jonathan was talking earlier today, and he brought a good point. You know, there's people out there that does have a famous name, you know, like a big name out there, and doing cars that are worth big bucks, and they are putting body filler from end to end of the car to make it straight. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't respect that, because if you need to do that to make it straight, that means you did something wrong while you built that car. You either tweaked the metal so much, heated up so much, and then it's a mess, and you're trying to hide it. Yeah. You know, when you're building a car, you're not supposed to be. Filler is a tool. It's a tool. You know, you need it 100%. You need it, but you don't need it to sculpture a car out of it.
No, not particularly. No, I don't like doing filler from end to end. I know it's a popular thing, but it's not my favorite way to do it. My goal is to keep my credit card thickness or less. I'm not perfect at this, so that's my goal, but I don't like sculpting it from end to end.
No.
I agree.
And to be honest with you, it's more work.
Yeah, and money.
And yeah, work and money.
Our buddy Greg says, hey, what manual would show me everything for my 68 Bird?
What does he mean? Owner manuals?
They have a parts manuals.
Yeah, Greg, what are you talking about, Greg? Hit us up.
I think I know Greg. I believe I do.
Oh yeah, we see a lot of him.
Yeah, very nice
guy. The
other
thing is that most of these cars, even this car we're looking at here on the screen, that back window, that bottom lower channel, looking at these cars, that car there I like because I can see the rust, the patina, whatever you want to call it. I know what's hiding under that paint.
Yes,
in front of your face. But you get one that's all shiny and pretty, that glass is in, and the trim is in. What is in that bottom window channel? I will guarantee you, almost any car from this era, that window channel has some type of rust or damage.
Oh yeah, that looks like a Bonneville, John.
Yeah, it's a Catalina.
Yeah. Catalina, okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's an area that I would look at and spend a lot of time investigating if it's shiny. That's a high rust area on any car from this area. Era, I meant to say. That's something that keep in mind if you're looking at these things. And then if you got cars from here in Indiana, not there in Arizona, The rocker panels is a very important piece of these cars. If they are rusted, I like doing a quick check, climb underneath it. That pinch weld where they layer the floor pan and in and out of the rocker panel, and they weld up the full length underneath the car. I like to sight those and look at those right quick because that gives you a good indication of a lot of things. If it's that pinch weld, you use those 3 layers of metal nice and tight. If it's all swelled up and separating, that's all rust from the inside out. That
Yep.
rocker panel is going to need some repair. And
Yep.
that's a very labor intensive job. Now, unfortunately, probably 80% of the cars around here need some type of rocker panel repair. And it is doable, but it is definitely a labor intensive job. So if
Yep.
I'm going to poke my head into the car and the rockers look good, I definitely get way more excited about buying it.
Yeah, I agree with John. Your rockers and that rear frame rails on
Yeah, oh, yeah.
on the unibody cars in general. If you see a problem back there, you have to get ready to dissect these cars like you see them on our channel.
Yep.
And if you can't do it, you better have a big piggy bank.
Yeah, and the sad part is I think second gen birds are worse about rear frame rails than the first gen birds. So if you're a second gen fan, definitely inspect that frame rail. And it's typically the part right behind the back seat, right underneath the rear seat. That's the worst part on at least second gen that I've ever seen. Normally.
So Greg says he's looking for the manual to put the together with a diagram and all. So he's kind of looking for an exploder
Assembly manual.
Yeah.
Oh, I got too many cars. You know that? It's actually I
Now
have one of those books around here somewhere. So just
I can talk about Porsche. Porsche has probably some of the best parts manuals where it's
what's
an
a
exploded
Porsche?
view.
What's a Porsche?
They tell you exactly every part, what the part number is, what the name of it is. Porsche's amazing, but Pontiac, I haven't seen that to that degree yet.
There you go. That's 69, right, John?
Yeah, this is a 69 assembly manual. It's actually copies of the pages they use to assemble the book. It's in horrible order. The pictures are not the best, but this is the best you're probably going to find. They do make them for each year. They're about 20 to 40 bucks, depending on where you go. This is going to give you like the washers, the bolts, and it actually even gives you torque specs too if you dig into it deep enough. A lot of good stuff in this book. This is about the best you're going to probably get for a Firebird. Again, they're available from online in quite a few places.
Mm-hmm.
So David Cunningham says, how much more in value would you say if they still have the matching motor in the vehicle?
Big difference.
It could be. I mean, if you're talking about just a 350 or a 326 car, it's icing on the cake, but I can't say it's going to bring in a whole lot more money. But you get something like a real Trans Am, it's going to really change the value. A GTO, a Judge, heck yeah, it's going to help it out. But how much more? I couldn't say a percentage, but maybe what, 10% more, 5%?
Yeah, definitely more.
Yeah, definitely more money just because.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in. It's nostalgia, right? We want to relive the past, and then to think that I've got an original car with the original engine just really gets people wound up a little bit more. That's where the drive of the money goes up. So it still has only what someone's willing to pay, but it definitely helps bring in a few more bucks.
Yeah.
Looks like the gunslinger that Renee owns.
Larry Gonzalez says, did y'all do any videos on door and window seals and the window felts?
Larry's a cool guy too. Larry Gonzalez, nice guy.
I know
I
I haven't
have not
yet.
I don't think that I have.
Me either.
And Tesla Speed Shop says, I don't think it matters anymore unless it's a high dollar car. And I kind of agree with that.
Correct. Yep.
If it's one of 3, 1 of 5 kind of thing, but
an oddity or a rare car, a low production car. Yep.
After 50 years, I mean, these things have been swapped out.
Yeah, well, they get pretty abused, that's for sure.
So this guy here has a 75 Pontiac Firebird 400 or Formula.
Yeah.
And he wants $10,000 for it. It was fully restored Formula 400 Firebird about 7 years ago, with mostly new, genuine GM parts throughout. If you're interested,
Great.
consider first watching a YouTube video on me firing it up for the first time, where I rebuilt it by copying and pasting. Oh yeah, copying and pasting the link in your browser. So,
Great.
10,000.
Trans Am fenders on a Formula. That's okay.
A little video here.
Yeah.
John said,
You remember?
Primer, truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. He's got
I remember Renee from Firebird Fest, right? Her car was like that one. She called it Gunslinger, but sure, she has the 76 with that hood, and sort of reminds me of.
And I think Lisa, isn't Lisa looking for a hood like that as well? If I remember correctly. Lisa, if you're watching, will you comment?
She's on there. Yeah, she was watching.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a cool hood.
Yeah, I had a couple of those hoods at one time.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this. So I'm not a real big fan of the third gens.
I am. That's my mullet mobile. I love those things.
That was my first car, third gen.
You guys.
I had 3 of them. Mine were all GTAs. I was a little bit snobbier. I had to have a GTA. I had 3 of them. So the wife hates them. I love them. I had a red one, a burgundy one, and a black one. But I sold the black one to fund the Trans-America project. I liked it. I wish I could have kept it, but only so much room.
So this is an 82 for $5,000. Didn't take the time to vacuum the carpet out.
Oh, they did. That's as good as it gets.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man. That's ready to go to town rig.
Man.
That's a pristine machine right there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I wouldn't buy it. You know why I wouldn't buy it? It doesn't
Why?
have T-tops. No T-tops. It just has to have T-tops.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree. Mine was T-top.
Yeah, I never took them out, all the ones I've owned, but it just has to have them. So.
Aye. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Oh, wait. Here's one for $1,500. It's a Camaro. But
Notice the silence. You said Camaro.
Do we have any Camaro people in the live tonight? If you just comment and say you're a Camaro guy, let's just find out.
Yeah.
Larry said, I talked to you, Brian, about moving to AZ, but it didn't happen. We ended up in Alabama, but thanks for all the help you gave me. Absolutely, Larry. I remember talking to you. That was cool stuff.
I was just waiting for Louis to fly off the handle because he said Camaro, but he didn't. Well, my first old car before I saw a Firebird, I was going to buy a '69 Camaro. So that was before the internet. This is how long ago that was, and I'd never seen a '69 Firebird to that point. I wanted a '69 Camaro. I was in high school, I think freshman year. I was looking, but I couldn't find a whole lot. And then my coworker, he's a Pontiac guy. He says, "Hey, you need to check out a Firebird." And I got the thing called a library, and there's books there. And I dug through a book, and I found a picture of the car, and I said, "Oh, I do kind of like that." Now, I still like the Camaro, but I definitely fell in love with the Birds after that. So I know they're similar, but technically, I was actually looking for a Camaro, and so I got wiser. I got schooled at the library.
VHP 454 says, I got a 71 Camaro SS, had it for the last 43 years.
Nice. Yeah,
very nice.
That is awesome.
I've only had mine.
So on the screen is my new T-shirt that came out today.
Nice.
It's a first gen, so it's Camaro and Firebird shirt. So if you guys are first gen F body guys, and you want the shirt, let me know. There's a link down below. I'll have it for anyone. As a matter of fact, we should give one of these away to somebody.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
So let's see. What is a trivia question? Anybody have a trivia question that we could?
Oh, I have a hard one, but I don't think if somebody wins this is a miracle.
Okay, Louis, let's hear it.
Okay. We out of the first gen Firebirds, that's 67 through 69. Which year shared the same underhood lamp?
Oh,
Which years share the same underhood lamp? 67, 68, and 69. Which one share exactly the same underhood lamp?
So we're talking like you open the hood, and you look at the motor, little light that shines down on the motor.
Yep, it works with a Mercury switch in it.
well, Mr. Kilborn's hitting you up with 67 and 68. He's the first one to answer.
All
Okay.
right. We
Back
well,
to 68. So he's two answers.
I lost Louie on the sound.
Uh-oh.
yeah, no, what are we gonna do? We're gonna decide who's right and who's wrong right away, or we're gonna wait for the end of the video?
Well, I think he should be the first person to answer it right.
Yeah, who's the first person to answer right?
All right, so keep on going.
They're not right?
No.
All right, they're not right. Let's do this. Who's going to win a free t-shirt?
Well, there's the answer to 67, 68, 67, and 69, and then 67 by itself. So
Okay, hold on. Who answered that one, John? 67 and 69.
See, Brandon
Brandon Cohen.
Brandon here. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the first time it's right. So
All
Brandon should be your lucky winner.
Brandon's the lucky winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the housing of the light is the big deal of that. I've been blessed in my life to own 4 real under hood lamp lights, and I gave one to my buddy over there, John.
I got one. I won too. See, I won.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Is there a special wire then for my 67 Firebird for the hood light?
60, yeah, it's the same one as the 69. The big deal is the housing, right? So the housing, both years, 67, 69 are exactly the same. They have a big capital A on it, okay, with 1 hole and 1 screw to mount it.
One.
Now, 1968 had 2 holes and 2 screws to mount it.
Okay, so my 67 hood has nothing for a hood light.
That means they didn't have it.
Oh, so it's an option.
It's an option. Oh, look at that, John. That's it.
And I have no wire.
One bolt hole in the letter A. So,
there you go. Yep. That's it.
All right.
Hey, Brian, you wanna find out how much that's worth? $900.
Woo!
I swear to God.
Starting bid 250.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Wowzers. All right. Well, I don't need to light that bad.
Hey, Howard. Yeah. I'm gonna put this in the safe in the house. So.
John Kilborn says salty.
Huh. I'll just put that there. Yeah.
Aye.
Yep. I have 2 left. It's gonna go to the Trans Am tribute that I'm gonna be building, and when I redo my 67, the other one is gonna go to that one.
You're welcome, Howard. Glad I could help out. I see that he made a little comment here about pointing him in the right direction.
Howard said, John, thanks for your advice on my wiper motor and blower motor ground issue. I now have made good clean grounds on both, and they're working as they should.
Awesome.
Oh, the blower motor? I just did a video on that.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had time to watch that one yet. I'll have to...
Let's see here. Anyone who's watching, if you want to watch that video, let me go over to Louis' channel here.
Look at this. You're all tech savvy and stuff.
I
This is
know.
smart. Don't pull up your history, Brian. I don't want to see that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. Well, there's that video. But let's get to which one is it, Louis?
The blower motor video.
This one right here.
Yep.
Yep. So if you guys are looking at blower motor issues, check out this video from Louis. Great diagrams, by the way, Louis.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I liked art when I was a kid.
You make it easy to follow.
Thank you.
All right, so that's that for guys. If you want to check that out.
Hey, Louis, Brian's got a question. I'm sorry, Brian. David Cunningham has a question for you. The hood lamp lighting, where does that plug into? Because obviously it's an option, but does it
All
plug
right, so
into
the under hood lamp for 1969, Firebird, all of them. The only thing that I remember, 69, it's a monster on its own because a lot of things is just that 1 year only. You have to plug it at the fuse panel, the fuse box, which is hot
inside
all
the
the
car?
time. Yeah, she's hot all the time. That means that there's 12 volts going through that light all the time.
Yeah, so it goes inside of the fuse panel inside. So it goes
Correct.
through the firewall.
Inside the cockpit. Yeah, inside the cockpit. Yep.
So that
I've never installed one.
24/7.
Well,
Excuse me?
It's got a switch in it. When you shut the hood, it turns off. Like, and then you slip back up, it actually turns on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I have one on my 69 Firebird.
Yep. It works too.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. So let's say I'm going to go look at a car this weekend. I'm going to walk up to this car. Give me like the top 5 things to look at. So I know if I can tell if this car is worth the money, this project car that's been listed on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. What are the 5 things the top 5 things I need to look at?
All right. Number 1, make sure it has a title. To me.
And matches the VIN number.
Yeah.
Oh,
To me. Make sure all that is straightened out.
Yeah, Larry says he wishes he could share a picture of him drinking an orange Mountain Dew.
So this week, I'm like cutting out some rust in my quarter panel and a freaking orange Mountain Dew can. What is that about, Don?
I don't know. I know nothing.
No, you know nothing?
I know nothing. Well, back to the 5 things to look at, right? I like the title being number 1. So it's not a legit car. You can't title it. It's not worth a whole lot. Not saying you couldn't get a title, but it's not an easy procedure. Or you may get surprised the car is stolen and they take it. So definitely verify the title. Then after that, it's a looking at the car. If you're in the Rust Belt like here or we're at, like we kind of discussed, check those rocker panels, check the rear frame rails. So climb under the car. Those are the frame rails and probably rocker panels are probably the biggest labor-intensive job you're going to run into or challenging job. I want to guarantee it's probably going to need some kind of floor pan repair or patch. That can be done many ways. You could do it well and replace the whole pan. Or, I mean, you could even just screw in an old street sign just to get you by. It depends on how far you want to go. But if the rocker panels are roasted and the rear frame rails are done, you really can't just cruise the car or drive it. So I guess the title, look for major rust in your frame, the rocker panels or the frame and rear frame rails. And then I'd probably then look for collision damage. I missed it on the Mockingbird, but it had a broken leaf spring, so I had a mean lean to the side anyway. So I didn't really think that it was rear-ended until I tried to square the car up. I was like, oh crap, this thing's been annihilated. So I guess you say rust issues. That's the biggest one. And then if it's a coupe, check that back window channel. Because when the window channel rusts out, then it fills the trunk with water, then it kills your trunk floor.
Right.
And if the car has a bunch of brand new primer on it, I'd almost be more leery to buy the car. I would rather it just look rusty and look like hell. You're hiding stuff by putting some rattle can primer on it. Or take one of those magnets with you. Yeah, like that. That's an honest car. You really see what you're getting there. It's a hot mess.
Yeah.
But if you were to take and spend $50 on some rattle can primer and tape it off, it would actually look a lot better. But it's
Yes.
still the same car underneath that.
Mhm.
They didn't. They're not going to strip the rust. They're not going to treat that, and it's just going to come. You got to strip it all off. So you're really just yeah, like what is it? Lipstick on a pig kind of thing, right, Louis?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Another thing I want to mention to the audience out there, and in case somebody's gonna be hunting for, let's say, a convertible Firebird.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did not know this until I decided to build a convertible for my wife. And funny thing is that another convertible landed here at First Generation Garage. But there's a whole lot of things that you do need to put a convertible together that they do not make.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
cannot open a catalog, you cannot open a computer up, a tablet or anything and think that you're gonna order it, because you're not gonna order it. It's impossible unless somebody cut an original car apart and is selling that part. I said it, I don't know how many times in the Lovebird build. If it wasn't for that guy right there, John, and he was a blessing to me, my wife, that he was nice enough to leave the car that he bought here. And he told me, Louis, do what you got to do to save the other car to build for your wife. I would have been asked out. There's no way I could have moved as fast as I did on that car if it wasn't for the donor car, because they do not make some parts that you really need. And being a convertible, you are going to need it because it doesn't have a roof. And those parts is what keeps the car nice and tight.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Now, I guess the other thing we were saying our list of five. Now, if someone's trying to sell you or claims that we're going to stick to the Firebird world. Now, they're claiming it's a '69 Trans Am convertible. So I'm going to say right now, it's not one of the eight. That's a big line of crap. So let's just throw a curveball. Let's say he's got a 1968 Ram Air 2 Firebird sitting right in front of you. Now, the engine was replaced, but if the car truly is a Ram Air 2 car, it does have substantial value. No way to prove it by looking at it. You better back that up with some Pontiac Historical Services. Some kind of, they do a great job of you send them the VIN. It's about $100 now, but that will
Yeah.
authenticate that car. And that $100 with small investment, you probably just quadrupled or 10 times whatever that $100. At the minimum of that, you increase the value of that car substantially. Like the judge here behind me, we kind of assumed it was, but the only way to really prove it in that case, I had to go to get with hold of PHS, and then of course find out that it is. There's clues that tell you these things, but to really like Brian's car, I saw all kinds of clues that it was a 400 car. Now I got schooled on 67 that it says 3F on that body tag. It's a 400 car. I didn't know that prior to it. I got learned by the interwebs. Some people helped me out. But that was a 3F means 400 trim. Well, 400 trim only comes on a 400 car. So, but it doesn't mean 3F means a 400 engine. It's just 400 trim, which then coincides. But I got learned it. So that's one thing on a 67. Someone goes, hey, dude, was this a 400 car? I think it is. Check the body tag. It says 3F. But other than that, if it's something rare, it's worth, if they're asking top dollar for a rare car, spend the money, and if it's your own $100 or if they can give you the paperwork, that even helps more. But it's worth spending the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's always that thing. You may not have time for PHS. Well, if you don't want to lose your butt, you better find time. It is a roll of the dice. If you don't, it does take a little time. You can actually request a super quick turnaround, I think, but I can't remember the timeline on that. But sometimes you don't always. It's the highest bidder wins if someone's really pushing it or trying to say their car is rare. But I have a hard time jumping on the bandwagon for big money because I don't got enough of that money to give away.
Well, I remember, John, when you came to help me take the roof off of my 67 and put a new roof on, you were like, just get the report. And
Yeah.
it was like, what, $100 maybe?
Yeah, 80, 90, $100, right.
And it was within like a week. I had a PDF email that had like the original sales receipt and where it came from. And it gave me more information than I even thought possible.
It's like everything how that car was configured from the word go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Somebody, I
have
don't know
one
the
too.
history. Yeah, I don't know the history of PHS, but obviously someone purchased all the old sales information for all the old cars because Camaro doesn't have that. You can't call up Camaro Historical Services and find out how the car was configured. But somebody was smart and either bought it or I kind of cool to know the history, but someone basically snagged that stuff up and then sells that information. It's worth it to me.
Hmm. So David Cunningham says, what are some of the rare options that a lot of first-gen Firebirds did not have that would make one more favorable than the other?
Trans Am.
Apparently,
Yeah,
the under hood light.
yeah. The under hood light has some value. I mean, the stack gauges in '69 was only about 700 cars, or just under
If you
700
got
cars.
rear defrost is a nice option too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an odd option, but I'm trying to think of something like an option that would be really valuable or really would change the value. No, anything that says Ram Air, if it's a Ram Air 2 car in '68, Ram Air 3 or 4 in '69,
Yep.
that's going to change the value. And that could be on any Firebird. It doesn't have to be a Trans Am, but obviously it's a 400 car. But you could get a Ram Air 3 Firebird convertible, Ram Air 4 500 Firebird convertible. So those are that would be something I would say is a rare option that most people didn't check because it added a substantial amount to the purchase price.
Now, I had a 74 Corvette convertible that had a rear window defroster, but it was just a fan that had like one little grill up on behind the driver that was supposed to put up air to take care of the convertible plastic window. And apparently that was a rare option.
Hmm.
So did Firebirds have the same thing, or was it electric with the lines?
I never take one apart. I think it's just essentially a blower motor and a vent that blows on the back glass. So there's no heater element or anything like that. I don't think it just moves
So
air.
it's just an extra blower motor to blow air.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess John Jones brings up a good point. There on the '69 Firebird 400s, it did not have voltage regulators. They're internally regulated, so will not be holes on the firewall for the regulator to mount up. So that'd be one of the telltales real quick. If it was a 400 car, as long as no one's done some heavy modifications to the firewall. But that is a good point.
That's a cool spot, yeah, to learn that. Okay.
Yep.
What else we got, guys?
What's the last $1 million question? Because we're getting close to the end of all of our fun. So,
Louis, anything on that convertible you're building?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys follow the videos of when I made the assessment on the car, like John said, if you don't know what you're looking at, bring somebody that does, even if you have to pay them, is such a small investment for something that at the end you're actually going to save a lot of money. This car, like Jonathan was saying, it was missing plug wells. It was so many things wrong with the car. And the man that bought the car just happens to be that he was an innocent person. He wanted his dream car. He saw the car, and from the outside, yeah, you see the car look good. You know what I mean? Some areas, but to the trained eyes, people that have just the eyes trained, me and John could see it from a couple of feet away, and we could see the problems.
mm-hmm.
And if you do not know what you're looking at, that's when you're gonna get hurt. And I'm gonna tell you the truth about any classic car. The more you dive deep into it, the more problems you are going to find.
Absolutely.
All right. You cannot even see it with the naked eye. You have to take it apart. And when you take it apart, you are going to find more and more and more. So you got to ask yourself, do I have the skills, or am I willing to learn the skills? On YouTube is a great source out there. I wish YouTube was around when I started.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And ask yourself, what I'm saying? Is this too much for me to bite, and all that kind of stuff, or do you have the money to pay somebody to put it together for you? All that stuff you need to ask yourself before you drop the money for the car.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like me and my 67 Firebird. I started sanding it down. All of a sudden, I got to that passenger rear quarter panel and found all that rust. Yeah. And I was like,
yep.
Okay. So now I'm cutting out metal and buying new metal and welding new metal in.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you think it's smooth sailing,
no.
Yep. Yeah, you can't always see under that paint. I would kind of know how that a magnet would have stuck to that before you sanded it off, but that's the thing. You get some practice with that. So.
David Cunningham says, "How soon will we see a video on the body coming off the GTO frame, John?"
Well, I guess that depends on here next week whether I'm. Should I stay or should I go? If I'm staying here, I may start tearing it apart. If I'm going to the new place, that's gonna get tabled that topic for a bit until I get the garage built. So I don't know. I really want to build that car, but I've also got my dad's car. He's chomping at the bit to be part of the Bird family. So I will never die of boredom. It's like I got plenty of stuff going on.
Yeah. So John Jones says non-modified or cars with a real owner history of long-time ownership are best.
Oh, yeah.
I have to agree with you. When I look at a car, if a guy hands me a stack of papers, like, this with all the receipts and stuff he's done to it, that to me is more honest and more truth than some guy saying, ready for paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That means he's cared about the car to document and keep all the paperwork. And he's meticulous about it. That it's not just the paperwork, but to keep the paperwork meant that it had value to him. So. Mm-hmm.
Yep. They took their time to keep all that information, and when something went wrong, they took care of it. They didn't just like push it off until it became nothing, and they sold it off for $1,500 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Mr. Kilborn, in Canby, Indiana, so pretty close, about 12-minute drive, so it's close. So.
Not too far?
No, it's a close drive. So I gotta get the kids to school still, so it's about a 22-minute drive to school, which is not bad. So.
Larry Gonzalez says, "Thanks for the live chat, y'all. Been great. Thanks again for all your help in getting my car done."
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, front. Oh, yeah. Much bigger garages of hopes, but we'll see. So.
Sweet. Well, tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a whole day to work on my Bird. I'm going to try to get in a new patch panel welded in and then start some of that, what is it called? The Bondo for the other side, John, that you had me buy the
All metal?
No, the other one. The
short strand fiberglass?
Yep, that's one. That's the one.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's going to be hoping tomorrow I get both of the rear quarter panels done tomorrow.
Nice.
Because my goal is to get this thing painted and ready to go by Firebird Fest.
Oh, you better.
That's my goal. And we're going to either drive it there or trailer it there and then drive it while we're there. So we're not quite sure what we're doing just yet, but that's kind of our goal.
Cool. That's cool.
I'll have to knock the dust off the Transminerado. I'll probably take it again.
And Louie, you're coming, right, Louie?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
If you guys are not sure what Firebird Fest is, I'll make sure there's a link down below after the video. You can check out Firebird Fest. It's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri this May, middle of May. It's they're talking like 200 plus cars this year.
Yeah.
That's going to be insane.
And that's all 4 generations. So that's bring any of them. So
no cat hair, John. No cat hair here. Just
okay. And Mr. Cunningham, he'll be there too. That's what it says here on the bottom. He's going to take.
Nice.
He's going to take the Mockingbird.
Ooh.
Right on. So we get to meet him.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe we do a video just on his car.
He'd be happy to let you look at it, I'm sure.
All right, boys, we're at over an hour. Anything to wrap up?
I think we covered quite a bit. We had a nice little conversation. A bunch of comments here. I clearly didn't get to all of them, and I apologize for anybody that I missed. I appreciate you making the comments. A lot of stuff just we got busy talking, but it's really cool to see people responding and hanging out with us.
Louis, anything?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Oh no.
Somebody asked in the last live, so last Friday, if any of us did the disc brake conversion to the rear of the car.
Yep.
And I answered him and I told him I didn't, but Jonathan did.
Yeah.
And I believe he asked about like what master cylinder that you use and things like that. Maybe you could break it down for him quick.
Yeah, it's still the same master cylinder that was for front disc, rear drum. And I think that's part of the problem. Mine is four-wheel disc brake. I did it in two of my cars, and I don't like it. The brake pedal is a little soft and a little low. I think the amount of fluid that has to be displaced to work the calipers is too much. I built cars with the front disc and rear drum, and the brake pedal feels much more responsive and feels better. So I guess with that being said, asking a question about the master cylinder, I don't know what size the bore is, but I would probably change that to help with the brake pedal height. It stops great. It'll put you through the windshield, but the pedal travel feels a bit excessive for me to be feeling comfortable driving it. I really don't love the brake pedal feel.
So having four-wheel disc brake is kind of a
Yeah, I'm not sold on it 100%. I think it really needs a different master that displaces more fluid. So obviously, I think a larger bore would probably help. It would increase brake effort, but it would definitely decrease pedal travel.
Okay. I'm still on the fence whether or not to go out to a front disc or not. I kind of like
front
having
disc. I like
four-wheel drum. I don't know. I'm kind of old school.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely gives you an old feel. That's for sure.
For something. All right, gentlemen. I think we'll close this out. We'll see each other next Friday.
Sounds good. So,
guys.
All right.
Comments after the show. Make sure to leave them down there. We will answer those comments next Friday. So don't feel afraid to ask questions. We'll get you next Friday if we missed you.
Definitely. Sounds good. So.
All right, guys. We will see you next Friday, y'all.
Take care.
See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.